hope, I would hope he would think about it and this would be in his mind, but I wouldn't actually know what another person is feeling. Really wanted to find out who my father was, and for the case not to go how I was planning it, I really thought it was going to go different than.
The clock is ticking for Jay-Z. A judge has ordered the music mogul to take a paternity test by July 17th, and this time there's no room for evasion or delay. For over a decade, Remmerwait, a 31-year-old man who claims to be Jay-Z's son, has fought tirelessly for acknowledgement, answers, and most of all, the truth. This legal due date marks a critical turning point in what has been a messy, controversial saga. One filled with accusations of fraud, cover-ups, and manipulation of the justice system. The stakes have never been higher, and as the days count down, we're left wondering, will Jay-Z finally face the truth?
So at what age then did you start to question, who your parents could be?
Well, I wouldn't say I started to question it, but I said around like 7, maybe 6. I think it started at 6, and my mom was just telling me that my father wasn't my father. But as a kid, I really didn't look.
Rye's journey is nothing short of a David versus Goliath story. Armed with little more than the sworn affidavit of his late mother Wanda, Rye has gone head-to-head with one of the most powerful figures in the music industry. Wanda, who passed away in 2019, maintained until her final days that Jay-Z fathered her child after an encounter in 1992 when she was just 16 years old. It's a claim she reportedly swore to on her final moments, a haunting detail that lends even more weight to Rye's pursuit. Despite her testimony and years of relentless effort, Jay-Z has never publicly addressed the allegations, nor has he agreed to a DNA test. For Rye, this isn't about money or fame. As he stated repeatedly, it's about identity closure, and the truth his mother fought so hard to have recognized. But the road to this moment has been anything but straightforward. Jay-Z's legal team has spent years deflecting, dodging, and according to Rye, outright manipulating the system to avoid a simple test that could settle everything. Court documents reveal a dizzying trail of dismissed cases, sealed records, and alleged fraudulent tactics. One of the most explosive claims that Jay-Z's attorneys lied about his connections to New Jersey in order to derail the case. Public records allegedly tied the rapper to properties in the state. Yet his lawyers argued he had no ties there, rendering the court powerless to enforce a paternity test. When Jay's own attorney admitted to misspeaking about these properties in court, it raised serious questions about the integrity of the case. How does someone with nearly unlimited resources manage to escape accountability for so long?
I got older and my mom just continued to say the same thing, and she never changed the name. She always was staying with the same name. I'm like, well, Mom, why? Like, as I got to 16, 17, I'm like, Mom, you've been saying this since I was a kid. So it's like, now my mom never lied to me. So why?
Even more disturbing are the rumors swirling about how far Jay-Z and allegedly those close to him may have gone to keep this case buried. Insiders whisper about bribes, falsified records, and behind-the-scenes deals that have helped the rapper stay out of the courtroom. And now speculation has taken an even darker turn, with some pointing fingers at Beyoncé herself. Could the superstar have played a role in stalling the case to protect the Carter family's carefully curated image? Sources close to the situation suggest that Beyoncé, known for her meticulous control over her public persona, may have leveraged her influence to ensure that Rye's claims stayed in the shadows. If true, this allegation adds a whole new layer of intrigue to an already tangled web. What is the Carter family so desperate to hide?
We just fought it. Like, it was never to chase anyone or make anyone feel like, we just trying to come up with a plan to take your money. I don't want your money. That's not what I'm here for. I'm really here to just find the truth out. And it seemed like that was just so hard to do in these courts. Like, these courts are not.
The July 17th due date approaches like a counting down clock, pushing Jay-Z into a situation he's evaded for years. For Ramir, this moment is monumental. He spent over a decade fighting for the simple acknowledgement of his existence. And yet, the obstacles have been staggering. His late mother's affidavit, paternity tests clearing other potential fathers, and even public records pointing to discrepancies in Jay-Z's legal arguments have all been dismissed or buried. Meanwhile, Rai and his guardian, Dr. Lily Coley, have faced mounting legal fees, emotional distress, and shockingly even alleged intimidation tactics. According to court filings, they claim to have been followed, harassed, and had their property targeted, all while Jay-Z's legal machine continued to outmaneuver them.
Not just about me. If I gotta fight for all of us, I will, but I won't let the court systems just walk over me. I won't let Jay-Z, and I won't let no one just walk over me and tell me something because y'all just saying this. I want the truth. And if we can't go to the Supreme Courts, the regular courts, to find out the truth, what are they here for?
Yeah, all right. We'll get to the legal things that you've been through, the battles.
The absence of acknowledgement that cuts deep. It's the contradiction. Jay-Z's image as a devoted husband and father, someone who preaches about legacy and responsibility, serves as a cruel reminder of what Ramir has fought for and never received. How do you reconcile that public persona with the private rejection that Ramir says he's endured for over 3 decades? The psychological toll of this rejection is impossible to measure fully. Studies have shown that unresolved questions about paternity can lead to feelings of abandonment, low self-esteem, and a persistent sense of not belonging. For Ryer, these emotions have likely been compounded by the sheer scale of Jay-Z's fame. This isn't just a man avoiding fatherhood. It's a global icon whose success and influence make him seem untouchable. Every lawsuit dismissed, every unanswered letter, and every court delay has only deepened the chasm between them. What must it feel like to fight for something as simple as acknowledgement from someone whose voice is heard by millions, but who has never spoken directly to why,
I still say allegedly, has done things and allegedly participated in a lot of things that the public would not be happy.
Says he's endured for over 3 decades. The psychological toll of this rejection is impossible to measure fully. Studies have shown that unresolved questions about paternity can lead to feelings of abandonment, low self-esteem, and a persistent sense of not belonging. For Ryer, these emotions have likely been compounded by the sheer scale of Jay-Z's fame. This isn't just a man avoiding fatherhood. It's a global icon whose success and influence make him seem untouchable. Every lawsuit dismissed, every unanswered letter, and every court delay has only deepened the chasm between them. What must it feel like to fight for something as simple as acknowledgement from someone whose voice is heard by millions, but who has never spoken directly to you? I never got anything. So why wouldn't I believe my mom we could have been settled this, and it only takes a conversation and some words, I'm not a hateful guy. I don't hate anyone. I'm not after nobody. I'm not trying to see what no one downfall, but this is just some things that just went through court, and they just expected me to just sit there and just take what they were saying I can. And yet through all of this, Ramir has stayed remarkably steadfast. His determination to pursue the paternity case despite years of setbacks speaks to an inner resilience that's as compelling as it is heartbreaking. Still, we can only speculate on how this battle has shaped his identity. Did it make him stronger, or has it left him carrying wounds that may never fully heal? In a world where Jay-Z's name opens doors, Ramir has found himself locked out, not just financially, but emotionally. The absence of answers isn't just a legal matter. It's a deeply personal void that no amount of public sympathy or media attention can fill. The looming DNA test could change everything. For Ramir, it represents the possibility of closure, an end to the questions that have haunted him since childhood. But what if the test confirms Jay-Z's paternity? Would that acknowledgement finally bring Ramir the peace he's been seeking? Or would it open a new chapter of heartbreak? After years of being ignored, would a single test be enough to bridge the gap between them? These are questions that no court order can answer. The truth, when it finally comes, will carry consequences far beyond the legal realm. For Ramir, it could redefine his sense of self or shatter it entirely. And what if the test comes back negative? Even the possibility of such an outcome must weigh heavily on Ramir's mind after devoting so much of his life to this fight. How would he move forward if the man he believes to be his father is proven not to be? Would he find relief in finally having clarity? Or would it deepen the wounds of rejection and uncertainty? The emotional stakes are staggering, and the DNA test isn't just a scientific procedure. It's a moment that could alter the course of both their lives forever. No, this part is not alleged. Jay-Z and his team, they have been ducking and dodging taking the deal. For Jay-Z, the stakes may seem different, but they are no less significant. If the test confirms Ramier's claims, it would force the rapper to reckon with a part of his past that he's worked tirelessly to keep under wraps. It would also challenge the carefully crafted narrative of the Carter family, a brand built on unity, loyalty, and legacy. But if the test clears him, it too comes with consequences. The public will inevitably question why he resisted for so long, why he allowed the case to drag on for years instead of addressing it head-on. Either way, the DNA test will leave a mark, one that no amount of wealth or influence can erase. Ultimately, this case isn't just about Ramier or Jay-Z, it's about the human need for connection, identity, and truth. Whether the DNA test brings resolution or raises new questions, it's clear that the road ahead will not be easy for either of them. The emotional fallout, no matter the result, will linger long after the headlines fade. But for now, all we can do is wait and wonder. When the truth is finally revealed, will it heal old wounds or create new ones? And then there's the alleged intimidation. The details surrounding Ramier and his guardian, Drilly Coley, are nothing short of alarming. According to court documents, the pair have been subjected to actions that sound like they belong in a spy thriller, not a paternity lawsuit. Unknown individuals reportedly followed them, showed up on their property, and even drove onto their lawn in the middle of the night. The most chilling claim that shots were fired at their car after Ramier began pursuing legal action more aggressively. Who are these people? Were they random incidents or part of a coordinated effort to terrify Ramier into submission? These are the kinds of questions that make this case feel as much like a conspiracy as a legal battle.
Anything. So why wouldn't I believe my mom? Like, we could have been settled this, and it only takes a conversation and some words. I'm not a hateful guy. I don't hate anyone. I'm not after nobody. I'm not trying to see no one downfall. But this is just some things that just went through court, and they just expected me to just sit there and just take what they were saying.
That's it. The idea that these alleged acts of intimidation could be connected to Jay-Z's powerful network is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. If true, it suggests a willingness to go far beyond the courtroom to silence those who threaten his brand. But why? What is it about this case and this young man that seems to strike such a nerve? Could it be that Rye's claims hold more weight than Jay-Z's team would ever admit? Or is it simply the fear of losing control, of having the public see a crack in the armor of the Carter dynasty? Whatever the reason, the tactics alleged in this case raise serious ethical and legal questions about the use of power to suppress the truth. And this isn't happening in a vacuum. The renewed focus on Ray's case comes at a time when Jay-Z is facing mounting legal troubles on multiple fronts. The allegations linking him to a disturbing incident involving Sean Diddy Combs have sent shockwaves through the industry. While Jay-Z has strongly denied the claims, calling them heinous and accusing the accuser of a calculated smear campaign, the timing couldn't be worse. These allegations have opened up a floodgate of scrutiny, forcing fans and critics alike to reevaluate the man behind the music. Could these scandals be the beginning of an unraveling? The kind of fall from grace that even the most powerful can't escape. You can be in love with someone, you can love someone, and you're not, and if you haven't experienced love and you don't understand it, and you don't have the tools to move forward, then you're going to have complications. It's a stark contrast to the image Jay-Z has carefully cultivated over the years, that of a self-made mogul, loving husband, and a doting father. But what happens when that image begins to crumble? The ties to Diddy's legal woes add another layer of complexity to this already tangled web. The two moguls have long been seen as untouchable, but now with both facing serious allegations, their empires seem more vulnerable than ever. Could this be the moment when the facade cracks, exposing the machinery behind their success? Or will their wealth and influence once again shield them from the consequences that others would undoubtedly face?
We were never a celebrity couple. We were a couple who just happened to be celebrities.
That's beautiful.
Like real people.
As we look at the bigger picture, it's impossible not to wonder how this case will end. Will Rye finally get the answers he's been fighting for since he was a teenager? Or will Jay-Z's legal team find yet another loophole to delay, deflect, and deny? And what about the other whispers, the rumors of silenced voices and hidden truths? Could this case inspire others to come forward, or will it serve as a warning of the dangers of taking on someone so powerful? The stakes couldn't be higher.